Now, earthquakes aren't the only force of nature people on the BC coast need to be concerned with. When it comes to their homes and safety in general, landslides and tsunamis are also right up there. So we wanted to know, can you build a house to survive these potential disasters?
The Pacific Northwest, a beautiful place to live, but there's a risky side to paradise.
You can really see why the hillside is really steep, isn't it?
Architect Dan Nelson and his team are becoming the go-to people in the Puget Sound area for designing homes to withstand the forces of nature.
I think those trees make it look even steeper than it looks on paper.
Today, they'll be surveying his latest challenge, a waterfront home that'll be perched on steel stilts.
You know, I often tell my clients that the first thing we do when we design a house is to solve the problem.
A rugged cliff towering overhead, just a few steps from the ocean, not much wiggle room here.
Actually, the geotechnical engineer wanted us to be farther away from the toe of the slope, but rather than being safe by being away from the slope, we are being safe by being elevated above.
So with the frame, if the mud comes down, it'll just slide underneath the house and everything will stay in place.
It's not going anywhere.
They've carefully worked out the angles so the first level of steel frame beams can be left exposed, allowing mud and debris to slide underneath the living space and into the sea.
In 1997, there was actually a mudslide, and it came down this hill right here, and this little shed was actually filled up with mud. There's actually a few houses farther down that were actually destroyed by the mud. Probably pretty much inevitable that at some point in the future, we're going to have another event with the mud coming down, so the idea is to prepare for it now.
Yeah. Building homes to withstand extreme elements is just part of the job for Dan.
When we have parameters that are difficult and that are really tight, it leads us to more creative ideas and more creative solutions.
He first gained notoriety with his so-called tsunami beach house on the other side of the island.
This one was a little different in that because we are in a surge area, there's not a lot of waterfront, and for some reason this was flagged. When we went on the maps, it was almost a line that came through this site.
FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency in the U.S., raised the red flag. Invisible to the naked eye, but geologists know it's there. That line is the Southern Whidbey Island Fault, capable of producing a magnitude 7.4 earthquake.
That runs through Camino Island, and if there is an earthquake, it's possible that part of the landmass of Whidbey Island could break away,
creating a tsunami rushing in this direction.
So the house is designed to withstand a high-velocity wave.
After Hurricane Sandy, FEMA got tough on building codes, even if it's just for a once-in-a-thousand-year event.
One of the reasons we design the houses we design is to be prepared for those kinds of events.
Breakaway walls on the first level allow water to flow through. All materials are waterproof, and everything electrical is installed above flood levels. The all-concrete frame is strengthened with rebar, secured to a concrete pad about 1 meter thick underneath.
We look at it as kind of a superstructure, almost like you would see in a mid-rise.
This entire system is like a ribbed cage.
So it can ride out a seismic volt, like a block of concrete surfing on the liquefied sandy soil. Dramatic? Maybe, but so is the view. Worth it for these homeowners.
We really wanted to make sure that it would last us through our lifetimes, our kids' lifetimes, and their kids' lifetimes.
With Dan's team here, that might be possible. And even if Mother Nature does show her ugly side, these homeowners will not budge.
No. We absolutely love this spot. It's no.
We love the spot here.
Even in this paradise, there's calculated risk.